Alright, so here today I thought I'd just update this intro because this character is a very, very weird one. I'm going to be very honest with you. I have no idea what they're going for with this one, but just so you know, if you're trying to test this character, it's going to be a little bit weird. The case is, with how they've designed Raven, she's going to need a lot of building in order to be good, and she's going to need a lot of, like, testing. Is she a good character off the get-go? We don't know for sure, right? Pretty much what's been like found out here is this character has like an entirely different part of her kit that doesn't make any sense to like the normal reader. Pretty much how it's just that damage over time in this game is just weird, bro. That literally is what it is. In this game, damage over time with like Mahara and everything, she was like mid-Hara because of her damage over time. With this entire thing over here, with how the damage over time is operating, it's just kind of weird in how the stacks apply. Running her on auto, it causes issues as well, so there might be manual play needed in order to fire with her properly. On top of that, with a moving target and such, you literally destroy her entire stacks and everything just because of how it's designed as well too. It's a very, very weird character. So be ready for a character who requires a lot of building and potentially a lot of manual play running into this over here. In like our test over here, we did good sometimes, we did bad sometimes. It's also because of how the character is manualing and if the character misses a shot and if the character was too late to fire the shot. Because she's like 8-2. The shot takes a while to hit and that's an entirely different thing on top of it. It's a very, very, very weird and like sometimes here and there it's not going to be too easy to land everything properly, so just be ready for a character like that. I don't think that she's bad. I also just think that she requires a lot of, let's say, you know, because again, with how her kit's designed, it looks like charge speed is what you want to go for, and then some things are saying, oh, but you don't want to go charge speed because of this. It's a very weird area we're at right now, so you really can't get a good idea until like tomorrow or the day after. But I will say for the most part right now, she's a very maybe a bit of a harder used character, so prepare for that if you want to use this character and you want her to be good. She's a bit harder used. Make that make sense to you? That's what the big point is here. Because of how damage over time is in this game, it's weird. So yeah, and if you play against a boss that jumps a lot and everything and the stacks don't proc properly, you lose that stack because it lasts for 5 seconds, but then by the time you apply the new one, if it misses, if anything happens, if the shot takes a while to fire, which it does, we're cooked. So yeah, be aware to check that. Sometimes you might get good damage values, and sometimes you might get horrific damage values. It's a bit of an issue there, okay? Please know that. We're rocking Crown, Roppy, Red Hood as the B1. We're bringing in Raven, bringing in Eve, and we're bringing in Naga. So that's what we're going for our first test, just to see. We'll keep it over here in 130 as a campaign stage, just to see what she does, and see if she can help out. We'll find out now. So far, chat is going to give their recommendation or like their guess, their prior guess to how Raven does. Chat, out of 10, what is Raven going to be to you? And from this test, what are you expecting Raven to do? Let us know in this chat. Let us know. But yeah, again, shout out to Avid for the 20 gifted subs or memberships. And then come us with the 2. Damn, 38,000 and then 10 tickets got me 5. Not bad. You did 5 better than me. But that makes you feel any better, right? You know, far better than me. Far better than me, at least. Ugh. We don't talk about how we did here. And whoever's watching this as a video, don't look at the stream. I'm gonna have to remove this stream, dude. That was some horrific pulls. At least Am's not bad, yo. We didn't do terrible. We just didn't do like really good, right? We just didn't do really good. That's what it is. That's the cope we're going to tell ourselves a night to sleep. That's the cope we're going to tell ourselves a night to sleep. Yeah. Okay, so we went through Eve's burst just now, and then we'll pause it and just check where we're at. Let's see. So that was the burst. 182, so she's getting a little bit of DPS, but again, Eve has elemental advantage and the obviously buffs because this is electric, right? So that's there, but there is no gimmick that she needs to be second burst, right? It's fine to be first burst. Okay. So 780 over there. I mean, Eve did better, but again, Yeah. And then 230 over there for Roppy Red Hood. Comparatively, she did 205. So she's an alright campaign character. Nothing like slaughter worthy, but still kept up. I guess, right? Yeah. Roppy just stays on top, dude. Roppy literally just stays on top. That sounds so weird out of context, but like, dude, she is just like, you know, after all this time, she's just still insane. Roppy is just that, man. She's just crazy, dude. She's just crazy. That's all it is. So now let's see Electric over here. Still same weak point and everything, but remember, Eve gets those buffs and everything. But still, you're running her in this content. So she is also Iron 2, yes. She is also Iron 2. But if Eve does better here, that's gonna suck. But again, you have to realize what you're losing, just to verify this, yeah? What we're losing here is we're not being able to test the Vital Attack, which is damage to parts, right? She'll annihilate parts. So Vital Attack over here, damage to parts. Single point attack, sustained damage. That is if an ally destroys. So we're losing a lot of things. So we're going to test that in a content with parts. Chat, which boss do you want to test this on? With parts? Which boss can we test this on right now?
Just when things were getting good. Under the light of the kingdom,
Yeah, let's see. So, for the most part, though, what we're hoping is she does better.
just when things were getting good.
Right?
The light of the kingdom, what a student can do.
We're mid-burst, though. Again, damage the parts is the big thing, so we'll try it in a content. We'll see which one. Yeah, Kraken or Indivilia. Gotcha. Gotcha. Is she worth upgrading? I'll let you know in a little bit. For this Solar Rage, she's going to be worth upgrading, obviously. But I don't know when next skill reset comes through. Might not get a skill reset till October. With Anniversary. Any news on the newer 7DS game? Actually, yes. Closed beta coming soon. What else? they announced a bunch of launch characters and such. They have been like they in my opinion, right, are going for a release in like the next 3 months. In the next 90 days they're releasing, I'm guessing. It looks like they're just full sending the release. So closed beta is gonna happen, and then I'm guessing early access like a month or two later, and then launch in like September. The way that they're like aggressively advertising, so it's gonna be crazy. I'm hoping 70s Origin's good. I've had fun low-key with Withering Waves and everything recently. I hope Origin's good. I really like how bright it is. You know, I'm hoping that it's good. The brightness just, it makes me feel a certain way. I don't know why. I like it when the games are bright, bro. Withering Waves, I love it to death, and I still do. I love it how it's toned and how it feels. But dude, I want my bright game low-key. I want it to be good. So here we go, 30 seconds left. What burst are we on now? So after this, we're just gonna take a look. Take a look-see.
Talk about spoiling the mood.
Where are we at here?
Patience.
So where are we at? She's at 493 without affecting. So remember, Eve is getting her full buffs here, because Eve is getting in the content she wants to be in, and she's getting everything there. So Raven's not getting everything because she doesn't get any of her damage to parts, right? So that's everything she's missing. So with that, she's keeping up with Eve. But again, she's missing all of her damage to parts. Yeah. So let's say, wrapping it up there, 562. So she's, again, she did, I think, did she get the extra burst? She got the extra burst, right? So she became stronger than Eve without damage to parts. So she did better than Eve, per se. Yeah, Ultra just has that, though. Gets this. Bruh. I take my hand off the mouse for a second. I went to go use my other mouse for a second, and I screwed up. That's the one time the quick time happened, bruh. One time I take my hand off the mouse, bro. Ah, damn it.
Under the light of the kingdom, all shall lead. Reloading. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall lead. Everyone follow me.
Okay, let's see here. After next one, I think we could check.
Under the light of the kingdom, all shall lead. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall lead. What a student can do.
167 versus 172. So again, she kept up. Right? But again, she does have a... Well, she has 2 pieces of gear like that. Depends on the boss, honestly speaking. Right? That's where you see it over here. So... Probably will just... Whose burst was it? It was Eve's burst, right? Or... Raven's burst? Yeah, Raven's burst. So I think we might just call it there. You get the idea where she's at, right? Yeah, and then Eve would have gotten her burst. So I took her to like shooting range here just to see like a number. This is what we got over here in shooting range when you test it against like Red Hood without Red Hood like abusing core hits. I took off core hits a little bit. So she gets a decent number here, but then when we tested her in part content it was weird. And then when we tested her outside of that it was also weird. So I don't know what's happening with this character. I still can't get it. I have no idea, right? So in stream during the chat, they were saying that there could be issues with her. I don't know if that was 100% the case, if there are issues or not, but testing this again, like I just ended stream, wanted to just see what this looks like. We took off scope block, we just seen it. This is what we got, but it's something, I don't know if there's something wrong with her, honestly speaking. So you do what you want with this information, and I don't know if she's bad or good or whatever. On paper, she should have been good. I'm shocked that she's not doing as much as we thought she would do. Like, on paper, when you math it out, when JB Wheels mapped it out, they're like, this should be great. I've seen JB tests that are coming back good, but in some content, she just doesn't do good. So I don't know what the point is there. And some people on mobile are just doing horrific with her, so I don't know if there's an issue with mobile as well. Her auto is a little wonky, too, so I don't know. All right, wait, and let's test as more time progresses. I'll build her up a little bit more and see what happens here, but that's what we're getting here, which isn't bad, right? We're keeping up with Red Hood and such, but, yeah, I don't know. What do you think?